Happy New Year and welcome back to another episode of Primetime Sportz. I'm your host, Gawan Bay. New year, new me, and new resolutions. The GSU men's tennis team starts this year setting their bar high for themselves with new goals. Reporter Jasmine Presley has details about two seniors and their final season resolutions.
The men's tennis team opened home slate at the FSU Invitational for the second year in a row. They finished third overall and amongst the 6 returning athletes, 2 of which were seniors. Sebastian Acuna and Andre Andruhoff have had some remarkable seasons with Georgia State since starting in 2015. Acuna has had the second best overall single record on the team and led the team in single wins. Andruhoff went 13-6 in single plays, primarily at the number 2 position, and led the team in double wins with former teammate Zach Kennedy.
I'll say the biggest goal for my final season should be probably maintaining within the top 30 ranking, or at least try to crack it back in. It would be nice to see if we could get a little bit better of a little bit higher than top 30. Last year, I know that it was the highest ranking in program history. So, who knows? Sky's the limit.
Last year I had a good year, and I played 2. So this semester my goal is to play 1 and be more successful, have a better record, help out the team as much as possible, and pump the younger guys up and help them out, and so we can help each other out and defeat the title.
The Panthers will be back on the road to Portland, Oregon. For Primetime Sportz, I'm Jasmine Presley.
Thank you, Jasmine. I will wish the senior players the best. I am now joined by David Shilley, who covered the GSU football team this season. Even though the season is over, you have some interesting news regarding the team.
Yes, so I'll ask you this. What happens when a team wins a championship? They get championship rings, right? I mean,
Yes.
Everyone likes to brag about winning a championship and getting a ring. Well, that's not the case for the Georgia State football team. They will not receive rings for winning the Cure Bowl. So last month, the Panthers defeated Western Kentucky to secure the first bowl win in program history. However, the players were informed that they will not receive hardware to commemorate the victory. Multiple players tweeted their frustrations about this. Soon after that, a fundraiser actually popped up because they were trying to raise money for the bowl game rings. So as you can see them right there, they wanted to raise $60,000. They only raised $12. This violated so many NCAA rules, and this was quickly shut down. Now, Athletic Director Charlie Cobb spoke with our newspaper, The Signal, and said that this situation actually has nothing to do with money. It's actually a coaching decision whether or not you get rings. So apparently this was head coach Sean Elliott's decision to not get championship rings, and money had nothing to do with it.
Okay, that's very interesting. So what is your analysis on this situation?
Well, I think if I'm a football player, I'm disappointed. I mean, this was a great season for Georgia State football. They had the most wins as an FBS school, the most sacks. They allowed the fewest points per game. They had the most road wins. And winning the Cure Bowl was honestly the icing on the cake. I think they should definitely have rings to commemorate how great of a season this was. Head coach Sean Elliott comes in. This was his first year, and they win a bowl game. That's huge. He always talks about setting the standard. I think he set the standard by winning a bowl game. There should be something to basically commemorate that. I mean, there could be a ring ceremony or some type of something, but with no rings, they can't do any of that. Just kind of a good job, do it again.
Well, thank you, David. Let's see if things will change in the coming years. Do you know what's happening tomorrow? In-state rivals Georgia State and Georgia Southern face off in an epic doubleheader. Both the women's and men's basketball teams host Georgia Southern tomorrow. The women's team will try to snap their 7-game losing streak. As for the men's game, both teams are looking for their 5th straight win. Of course, someone has to lose. Reporter Justin DeWitt previews tomorrow's clash.
What's the first thing you think of when you hear State versus Southern?
State winning.
What does this rivalry mean to you?
Nothing. You know what I mean? Who cares about Southern?
This rivalry dates back to the 1980s when both teams participated in the Atlantic Sun Conference. Since the rivalry began, the two teams have faced off 51 times, with Southern leading the series 35-18. But ever since the Eagles joined the Sun Belt Conference, the Panthers have a commanding lead on the series.
I think what you expect, the teams are going to play hard. I think it's going to be, really loud at our place. I know when we go down to Statesboro, it's extremely loud, but when it comes in here, our students and our fans, they get after it. And so, and then people know when they come in this building, they usually leave here with a loss.
When I first got here, I think they described it as modern day hate. I'm into rivalries and stuff like that, so you know, I was all for it.
Ever since my freshman year, it's been a sold-out game.
They can expect to lose.
You know, we kind of became a real GSU, and they're just GS. So I feel like we won that battle.
We're coming out here to win.
Georgia Southern has lost 8 straight times in the GSU Sports Arena, but they'll be relying on their top 5 conference scorer, Tukey Brown, to end that streak.
You know, Tukey, he's a great player. He can go out the dribble, he can shoot a lot. He can drive the ball, he's actually very athletic. And Ike Smith, he's the same way. Since it's a rivalry game, you know, we're going to have to lock him up.
The real tension stems between these two schools from the fact that they can both be abbreviated with acronym GSU. Even though Georgia State became a university well before Georgia Southern and uses the acronym as an official logo, Southern still claims the right of being the real GSU. If the Panthers are going to continue their win streak, they may need to rely on DeMarcus Simons, who made the Lou Henson Award mid-season watch list. What's the message do you want to send to all your fan base that's coming out to support State this Saturday?
My message to them is, you know, you guys be here Saturday.
Come out, we're going to get the dub.
You know, we're going to have fun, we're going to put on a show.
Y'all can have fun in the crowd, you know what I mean?
You know, the other team going to put on the show, so it'll be a good game, and we just want to keep it rolling.
Just, you know what I mean, just come out and support.
Tip-off is tomorrow at 2 p.m. inside the GSU Sports Arena. Tune in to watch ESPN to make sure you don't miss a drink. For Primetime Sportz, I'm Justin DeWitt.
Thank you, Justin. Hope you all have claimed your seat for the game. And don't forget to wear white and enjoy the huge rivalry. Don't worry if you can't make it to the game, because we will keep you updated on our social media. So follow us on Twitter at Primesportz with a Z, and like and subscribe to us on YouTube. I'm Goan Bay. Have a blessed week, and I'll catch you at the game.